So the first job I've got to do today is I'm going to attempt to change these cabin lights. That one doesn't work. I know that one works. And that one works. I know the toilet light works, and one light only of the two in the forward cabin works. So the plan is to replace the two overhead lights in the cabin. They're quite dim, not very bright, but I'm going to whip them out and replace these old replace this old style bulb with replace them with these new style LEDs. They should use far less power as well. For the forward cabin, I've got LED strips. I think these are 7 watt, so turn these around. So these draw 7 watts, and I think these little round ones draw about 4 watts. So yeah, it'd be a lot more efficient than the lamps we've got at the moment. So let's see if these can fit, but here goes. So I've got the 2 lights in the forward cabin, the V-berth, and tested that. I know that one works. That one didn't work, so I'll put the meter on that in a moment and test that one. But I'm kind of guessing, I'm guessing that just one of those 7 watt LEDs should be more than plenty for this small space. Come. Okay, so made a bit of a mess of the woodwork there. I don't think the new strip lights will cover that, so okay, get these out, tidy this up. Okay, now that was a little faff to get those wires up through, back through there, keeping them intact. So hopefully, well, I need to fill that, bit of wood filler. I might even line this. I know it's nice, timber's nice, but I don't know, maybe a bit of material lining would look good on there. Okay, either way, we've got the cables. I might actually fit this up on the head lining. Might look a bit better up there. Give it a go. Well, looks like I've got a visitor. There you go there, Robin. Feel free to hang out and keep me company, old buddy. Well, all I've got is a bit of cheese toasty, but you're welcome to that if you come back. So just pop that there as a temporary measure. I just want to test that, see if that works. Right. So I can't be faffing around with all this crimping business. So I've got a couple of Wago blocks and connect it up that way. Yeah, there's plenty of light in there, only need the one. Ideal. So, plan is now get the headlining back up and fix the lamp. Happy days. Oh, I never thought for one moment that a simple little job could be made so bloody difficult on a boat. Pain in the arse. ideal. Look at that. That's so nice. Happy with that. Okay, on to the next one. So I need a bit of wood filler in there. Sort this out. Maybe a bit of wood filler in there before these are coated. But yeah, before we treat these, I don't know. Stain it, varnish it, maybe a nice vinyl headlining. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, either way, that LED is super bright, so I think this one is redundant, and I'll just blank this one off now. Oh, that was a bit of a squeeze, but that's much better. That's so much brighter. You can actually see what's in there now. So ideal. So that's forward cabin V-berth done. Little storage area, locker space done. So yeah, very dim, but if we look at that in comparison, totally different, really bright. Trouble is, I'm going to have to cut open a recess to drop these in, but that's not actually a bad thing, because looking at this headlining, I think I'm going to take this down, see if I can clean, repair this, yeah, glue this back so it gets nice and flat, and give it a clean up hopefully. Cut a recess out for the lights and then pop that back up. I've just had a closer look behind this. I don't think these are going to be any good. It would mean taking out a layer of the, well, not just the backboard, but also a considerable amount of the ply and also the GRP. So yeah, bit of a bugger, but I think I'll have to change those for some top mounted ones. I would like to have had the flush mount ones, but it's not going to happen. So hey ho. So we obviously share a love for cheese toasties then. Alright, so yeah, got the Galley light. Yeah, so oh dear. This one's obviously seen better days, so let's see if we can change this one. Oh, that can't be good. Water in the light. Oh dear. Not good at all. Well, I tested these. I couldn't get any power to these. Also, I couldn't get any power to the starboard light, which is not a problem because the starboard light is totally redundant and has now been removed. I would have liked to have put a 12 volt light there, but that's not a major problem. I'm guessing that with all that water coming in, there may be a fuse blown, but I couldn't find it anywhere. That's all by the by, because ultimately we've got some 12 volt power coming on from solar and an inverter, and what we are going to fit is the motion sensor strip light, which will go all around the cabin. So that will be in addition to our 12 volt light system. But so not a bad morning's work really. Managed to put new lights in the forward cabin, blank off the starboard that wasn't needed, got a new light in the locker. I managed to figure out there's a problem with the cabling on this side, but that's not a problem. For the cabin lights, I'm going to see if I can figure a way of using them, maybe make a little sleeve for them. I'll have a dig around, have a think tonight and see what I can come up with tomorrow. But first day's work, happy with that, job done. I managed to get the glands for the mast lights, but it's a bit too wet outside, and I don't think you're trying to get these stuck down with mastic in the damp, so I'm going to wait until I get a dry day next week and have a go at these. So I'll come back down tomorrow and see if I can do a little bit more on the lights, hopefully get all the lights finished this weekend and then move on to the next project.